Hello, Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle fans. My name is Shiny Ninetales, and today I have a rather special Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle for you. It is against my best YouTube friend that I have met so far. His name is Edgar, and he is one of the most coolest and one of the best battlers that I've battled against so far. And I'm actually rocking a lot of stuff that I've used before, which is fine. I don't think I've used my Moxie Soundments before, but whatever. He's actually going to have a Furfrou, which I have never faced before, and a Sylveon. So I just want to give a huge shout out to this guy because he is freaking awesome. Like, he gave me a bunch of stuff after the battle. We battled like 4 times. I plan to bring you every single one of those battles. Seriously, just one of the best battlers and coolest guys that I've met so far on YouTube. So with that being said, I'm going to press play and we're going to get right into this battle. Now, like I said, I believe this was the last of the 4 battles that we had. So I'm going to try to bring all 4 of them, and a couple of them he smacked me pretty bad, so it's going to be interesting. He leads out with his Klefki, as I lead out with my Klefki, which mine is shiny, no big deal or anything. He's floating on an air balloon, which kind of scared me, so I went straight away for a sub, not wanting to be paralyzed. And of course he went for the Thunder Wave, and that was awesome for me because it just like completely null and voided it. So I get my leftovers, and then I believe next turn I go for a Thunder Wave on him to paralyze him. So that was kind of like a little kick in the pants, honestly. Kind of sad. Now, I believe he gets fully paralyzed this turn. No, he uses the Reflect. Now, that kind of like sucks for my team because almost every single one of my attackers are physical attackers. And that's like not good at all. Especially as long as this thing is around, I'm going to have a tough time. This turn, he does get fully paralyzed as I go for the Foul Play, trying to pop his balloon, ready for anything to come in and hopefully use an Earthquake or a Fire Punch on it. That did, he told me, like 3 or 5 damage or something along that, but that did nothing at all. It was really upsetting. Get my leftovers back, and I'm almost at full health, and he did his job. He paralyzed something. So I decided to send in my Rotom, because he's my only special attacker, I believe. Goes for the Foul Play, and that doesn't really do a whole lot, honestly. I go for a Hydro Pump. And that right there is what I was hoping for. That big old jump of damage. He goes for a Foul Play. And that's starting to really like whittle me down. And that's getting really annoying because I don't have my second leftovers on this thing. He sends out his Trevenant, which I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to do anything to it. I go for my Thunderbolt, and that did nothing. Now I know he has leftovers on it. Or no, he has the Lumberry on it with Harvest. He has leftovers on his Sylveon. I go into my Klefki predicting a Horn Leech, but instead he goes for the Leech Seed, which was really, really bad for any of my Pokemon, honestly, because I don't like anything to have the I don't like anything to have their health sapped. There we go. My English is almost my first language, and I almost know it fluently. It's whatever. I'm just born in West Virginia. I get the Foul Play off, and that did too much damage against the Trevenant. Goes for the Horn Leech, and that did nothing on me. So right now, it's kind of like whatever we can do to get in the switch priority and initiative. Of course, I get my leftovers back, and I get seeded, so that just takes it right away again, and he basically gets it. So he like regained half of his health back that I did. So I realized that that's not good at all. So I decided to send in my Infernape, and I was predicting a Will-O-Wisp, and there we go. That was the best prediction I made the entire game. Go for the Fire Punch, and bam, bye-bye Trevenant. That thing gave me so much troubles in our other battles that I just couldn't stand it, so I wanted to get that thing out. Sends in his Klefki. Now I know he's going to try to Thunder Wave me, which blows, but you know what? If I can get his 2 tanks out of the way right from the get-go, I'll be happy. So I do get fully paralyzed the first turn, and I believe he switches out the second turn. Oh no, he decides to go for a Reflect. Because, why not? Reflects always butt-rape my team, and it's so sad. But I do go for the Fire Punch, and it knocks him out. So I was pretty happy about that, and I believe that is the second turn of Reflect that's up. Now, this thing right here, him and I, we were like going back and forth with Mega Pinsir and everything like that. And he told me after this that watching my videos and battling with them against me and things like that, Mega Pinsir is his new favorite Mega, and I cried a little bit inside because it's my favorite Mega, and we had a bonding moment. It was pretty nice. He goes for the return and knocks out my Infernape in one swoop. I knew that would happen. I wasn't really worried about it. But I want to go into my Salamence because my Salamence carries Rock Slide, which is 4 times super effective against him. But instead he decides to send out his damn Sylveon. Now this damn Sylveon, let me tell you something about this little bitch. I hate Sylveon. I love Sylveon as a Pokemon. I hate having it used against me. It's just too much for me to handle. With leftovers, it does no damage ever. So, calling my Salamence because I'm fearing the Moonblast right now. And I send in my Klefki, hoping to like paralyze it, do something to this thing that will be nice. But he goes for the Protect, it does nothing, gets leftovers, and he's back at full health. Oh, excuse me. I get leftovers, so my health is going to come back fairly quickly. Now he decides to withdraw first turn, and I know Garchomp is coming in. I know it. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have gone for Thunder Wave. I knew it. Stupid choice. Sends in his Garchomp, and I know that an Earthquake is going to come trying to knock me out. I know it is. Like, it's inevitable that it's coming. So I go for the Protect, trying to waste out his Earthquake, but he goes for the Rock Slide instead. I think he was predicting me to switch. So I get my leftovers back, and in 2 turns, I almost am full health back. So I go for a sub, and he goes for an Earthquake, and that breaks it first turn. So it just really messed me up to even go for a sub, because now I'm at less health than what I had if I had just switched out. I get my HP back with my leftovers, and he decides to go for an Earthquake this time and knock me out. So I knew that it was coming eventually. It was inevitable. What can you do? So I decided to go into my Sceptile because he knows my Sceptile has Dragon Claw, Toxic, Leaf Blade, and Earthquake. So he knows he can take at least one. So he gets off the Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet damage, which I never thought of putting on a Garchomp, which is actually very, very smart. Goes for the Poison Jab and knocks out my Sceptile in one hit. I didn't expect that, ever. Even though I had seen it twice, I just still don't expect it. So I decided to send in my Mega Pinsir because I do have Quick Attack on this thing, and I know that it can outspeed anything, even with a Thrash. So, first thing I do is I go for a Quick Attack, hoping that it'll knock it out, right? Right? Yup. Bye-bye, Garchomp. That was one of another really big threats from all of our other battles. I get Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet damage, takes me down to exactly 100 HP. So he sends in his Furfrou, and now I'm like, well, should I go for a Thrash or a Close Combat? And Close Combat was super effective, so I just went for Close Combat, and that did a lot of damage. But then he reveals that he has the Charge Beam. Like, how was I supposed to know that? Thankfully, I avoided it. Very good hacks in my favor. He sends out his Cupid, predicting another Close Combat, but I don't. I actually go for a Quick Attack, just because I thought he would switch out. I didn't know to what, but I thought he would. So he restores his HP a little bit. This is a really long battle. Holy crap. 31 turns. He uses Protect, trying to protect me from the Thrash, because he knows that it'll knock it out in one hit. He knows that it will. So I go for a Swords Dance, knowing that he's going to go for a Wish and not a Moonblast. I don't know how I knew it, but I just had a really good feeling in my gut. So I'm for a Swords Dance, and now I'm at +1. So a +1 Thrash can sweep through his entire team. But first, I decided to go for a Quick Attack to get off a little bit more damage, and that did so much damage. It's not even funny how much that did. I live with 4 HP, ladies and gentlemen, 4 HP. That is the definition of hacks to the extreme. Like, he could have done anything, but it didn't work out in his favor. He goes for the Protect, as I go for the Thrash, which, whatever, it's just prolonging the inevitable. And he knew right here that his Sylveon was about to die to a Thrash, because it's so strong. So I knock it out with a Thrash. And then I believe his lost Pokemon is his Mega Pinsir. So it all comes down to whether I can outspeed, and I actually do in fact outspeed. And that's it. No, he has one more Pokemon. One more, and I believe it is his Furfrou. Yep, his Furfrou. So I knocked out his Mega Pinsir, his Furfrou comes in, and I was hoping I could get a 3-turn Thrash, and I did. And that finishes off his Furfrou. This was one of the best battles that we had. Actually, all 4 of them were really good, except for the very first one where he just smacked the crap out of me. So that was our last battle with Edgar. I hope you guys enjoyed, and Edgar, I hope that you stick around to my channel to see our other 3 battles to see my comments on it. And if you guys can leave a like, a comment, and a subscription, I'd be very grateful. I hope you guys have a very blessed day, but above all, make sure that you stay to this channel because many, many more battles will be coming your way. Have a great day, guys.